Welcome back to In Case You Missed It, real late news for February 2026. Your one-stop video for all new movies and TV shows on streaming and in the theaters, before everything just permanently moves to your couch. Netflix starts us off with Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip. Joe joins his grandson BJ on a college road trip, and let's just say higher education has never been less prepared. It's classic Tyler Perry energy, heartfelt chaos, questionable wisdom, and at least one moment where Joe says something that would get anyone else escorted off campus. The Swedish Connection shows the story of Gösta Engzell, a Swedish bureaucrat overlooked during World War II who quietly helped rescue thousands while his country tried to stay neutral. His work turned Sweden into an unexpected moral force, proving that sometimes the guy buried in paperwork is the one actually saving lives. Bullied for wanting to be an idol, Kenji finds acceptance in a cabaret and guidance from a pioneering doctor in This Is I. Through community and courage, she steps into her true identity as Ai Hirana, a story about becoming yourself even when the world keeps trying to tell you no. In Pavan, three lonely department store employees form an unexpected friendship as they search for connection and meaning. It's soft, introspective, and the kind of story that makes you want to email your coworkers, "Hey, we're friends, right?" In State of Fear, a criminal brotherhood spirals when its leaders are moved to maximum security prisons. Meanwhile, 18-year-old Eliza, daughter of the faction's founder, is kidnapped by corrupt police, forcing her Aunt Christina into a dangerous rescue mission. Tensions rise, loyalties crack, and Salve Geral becomes more than a command. Childhood friends Gabriel and Idris reunite in The Orphans when their first love is involved in a suspicious accident. One's a police inspector, the other's deep in organized crime, so a normal reunion. Their shared past collides with very different presents as they dig for the truth. After Mara's husband dies, she brings her daughter and extended family to their forest summer home to prepare it for sale. But when her daughter disappears, just as a wildfire erupts, suspicion spreads fast, especially toward the local ranger. It's a race against flames, fear, and family secrets in Firebreak. In Chatapacha, a group of misfits in Fort Kochi forms a wrestling team, battling internal drama, chaotic matches, and their own egos as they try to level up. It's scrappy, funny, and full of underdog charm. Matter of Time is Eddie Vedder's emotional Seattle benefit concert that anchors this documentary about the fight to cure epidermolysis bullosa, EB, a rare and devastating genetic disorder. It's heartfelt, hopeful, and a reminder of how powerful community can be. The Investigation of Lucy Letby brings us a chilling docuseries featuring unseen footage and insider accounts of the Lucy Letby case, the neonatal nurse convicted of harming infants. It's disturbing, divisive, and one of those stories that lingers long after the credits roll. Samore returns to Detroit for her 7th stand-up special, Chandelier Fly, delivering sharp, confident comedy with the ease of someone who knows she's the queen. It's polished, personal, and packed with attitude. Taylor Tomlinson brings her signature mix of honesty and chaos in Prodigal Daughter, talking dating in her 30s, growing up sheltered, and why she refuses to let AI anywhere near her love life. It's sharp, self-aware, and very laugh so you don't cry. A bored Las Vegas lawyer teams up with a wild local magician to take on the city's dumbest cases in strip law. With Adam Scott, Janelle James, Joel McHale, and more, it's an adult animated comedy that feels like a fever dream with a law degree. Three lifelong friends reunite for a wake that quickly turns into a mystery. Their search for answers takes them across Ireland, unraveling secrets and forcing them to confront the messy realities of their own lives in How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. Motor Valley brings us three broken people, Blue, Elena, and Arturo, who find purpose through racing. Elena fights to reclaim her family's team, recruiting a disgraced champion and a speed-obsessed newcomer as they take on Italy's GT Championship. It's fast, emotional, and full of second chances. In Million Followers Detective, a mysterious woman becomes a viral influencer after predicting the murders of several social media stars. As her fame skyrockets, so does the danger, because nothing says engagement boost like a homicide investigation. A Korean-American woman builds a fake luxury brand to infiltrate high society, but the deeper she goes, the harder it becomes to keep her lies straight. It's stylish, tense, and a reminder that fashion world loves a good illusion in The Art of Sarah. In Lead Children, a young doctor uncovers widespread lead poisoning among children living near a smelting plant. Risking her career and her safety, she fights to expose the truth. It's a powerful, grounded drama about environmental injustice. In Baki-Do, the Invincible Samurai, Baki and the underground arena fighters face their biggest threat yet, the resurrected Musashi Miyamoto. It's intense, over the top, and exactly what fans want. Historical swordsmanship meets anime chaos. In Crap Happens, rapper Tony returns home for his mother's funeral and unexpectedly becomes the guardian of a teenage son he barely knows. It's messy, heartfelt, and full of "I did not sign up for this" kind of energy. Being Gordon Ramsay brings us a behind-the-scenes look at Gordon Ramsay as he launches new dining concepts at 22 Bishopsgate, London's second tallest building. It's ambition, pressure, and a lot of yelling, but in a charming British way. Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model is a deep dive into the rise, chaos, and controversies of America's Next Top Model. From iconic meltdowns to questionable challenges, this docuseries revisits the show that shaped pop culture and still goes viral for all the wrong reasons. Glitter and Gold Ice Dancing is a look into the intense world of competitive ice dance, where partnerships are everything, emotions run high, and the pursuit of Olympic gold consumes entire lives. It's beautiful, dramatic, and full of sequins hiding deep emotional trauma. Pedro agrees to check in on his ex-girlfriend's elderly mother in Crazy Old Lady, and the favor immediately spirals into a nightmare. It's creepy, claustrophobic, and a great reminder to never say yes to last-minute favors. Angel Studios Online has Still Hope. A teenage girl abducted into human trafficking finally finds a path home after years of captivity thanks to the help of a stranger. It's emotional, heavy, and focused on survival and healing. Streaming on HBO Max is Murder in Glitterball City, a two-part documentary about the 2010 Louisville murder case where Jeffrey Munt and Joseph Banas accused each other of killing James Carroll and burying him in their cellar. Inspired by a dark room in Glitterball City, it's messy, bizarre, and full of twists. After being assaulted and shamed by society, a 19th century woman fights back by opening a luxurious brothel and rising to power as a courtesan in Madame Beja. It's defiant, dramatic, and full of good-for-her energy. In Portobello, Italian TV host Enzo Tortorta fights to clear his name after being falsely accused of drug trafficking by a crime syndicate associate. Based on real events, it's a tense, emotional battle for justice and reputation. Finally, Chris Fleming takes the stage with his signature absurdity in Live at the Palace, riffing on masculinity, conga lines, Trader Joe's, NPR, Oreos, and dog breeds. It's chaotic, theatrical, and very Chris Fleming. Paramount Plus has a couple of shows. DMV is a workplace comedy set inside the DMV, the one place where hope goes to die and paperwork goes to multiply. The staff are underpaid, overwhelmed, and somehow still finding ways to bond while dealing with customers who act like waiting in line is a human rights violation. In Sheriff County, Mickey Fox patrols the small town of Edgewater while juggling local crime, her ex-con father, and a mysterious incident involving her daughter. It's small-town drama with big-town secrets, and Mickey's the only one holding the whole place together with duct tape and sheer willpower. Danny Regan transfers from the NYPD to the Boston PD in Boston Blue and partners with Detective Lena Silver, who comes from a legendary law enforcement family. It's a clash of styles, cities, and accents. Basically a cop show with extra chowder. In Can You Keep a Secret, a retired couple fakes one spouse's death to collect insurance money, then hides out while waiting for the payout. Shockingly, lying to your family and committing fraud puts little strain on the household. Tom Ellis plays Colin Glass, a maverick CIA officer forced to partner with rule-following FBI agent Bill Goodman. It's Dick Wolf's latest spin-off, so expect tense conversations, dramatic hallway walking, and at least one scene where someone slams a badge. On Peacock Premium, The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins follows Tracy Morgan as a disgraced former football player trying to rebuild his image in a comedy from Tina Fey's producing team. Daniel Radcliffe, Bobby Moynihan, and Erica Alexander join the chaos. It's big personalities, bigger egos, and the kind of comeback story that definitely wasn't in the playbook. In The Burbs, a young couple moves back to the husband's childhood neighborhood, only to discover their new neighbors are not great. Threats, secrets, and cul-de-sac paranoia ensue. It's suburban life, but with more screaming. And Field Generals, History of the Black Quarterback is a docuseries highlighting the trailblazing black quarterbacks who pushed through prejudice and changed the game. It's inspiring, timely, and full of stories that deserve the spotlight. On Prime Video is a documentary following Paul McCartney's life after the Beatles breakup, exploring his creative rebirth with Wings and his partnership with Linda. It's intimate, reflective, and a must-watch for anyone who's ever hummed a Beatles song in the shower in Man on the Run. After her estranged father dies, Mishi returns to an isolated home with her daughter and Smother. Cut off from the world, she's haunted by memories of her mother's suicide, memories that start bleeding into her waking life. It's eerie, emotional, and full of psychological shadows. In The Bluff, Priyanka Chopra Jonas stars as Ursel Bloody Mary Bowden, a former pirate trying to live a peaceful life in the Cayman Islands. But when her old captain shows up seeking revenge, she's forced back into battle. Sword fights, traps, family loyalty. It's a pirate comeback story with teeth. 56 Days has Dove Cameron and Avan Jogia in this thriller about a whirlwind romance that turns dark when a decomposed body is found in Oliver's apartment. The investigation uncovers secrets, lies, and the possibility that love might not be the only dangerous thing happening here. The Grey House brings us a Civil War drama about 4 women who secretly helped turn the tide of war by becoming spies. Produced by Morgan Freeman and Kevin Costner, with music from artists like Willie Nelson and Shania Twain. It's historical espionage with a powerhouse cast. The CEO Club is a behind-the-scenes look at powerhouse female CEOs, from Serena Williams to Winnie Harlow, as they build empires across sports, fashion, beauty, and business. It's ambition, strategy, and a lot of boardrooms with great lighting. On Hulu, Andrew Stanton's long-delayed sci-fi drama finally arrives. In the blink of an eye is telling 3 interconnected stories spanning thousands of years. Rashida Jones, Daveed Diggs, and Kate McKinnon star in a film critics were not kind to at Sundance, but it's ambitious, emotional, and visually striking. A Japanese puppeteer's daughter gets tangled up with criminals when their show crosses paths in Tornado. With the gang led by Sugarman and his son Little Sugar, it's crime, chaos, and puppetry, a combination you didn't know you needed. Love Story brings us a look at the whirlwind romance of high-profile marriage of John F. Kennedy and Carolyn Bessette, glamour, pressure, and a relationship that captivated the world. Hulu is pushing Scrubs as a comfort binge, and honestly, they're right. With a 93% audience score at the time of filming, it's the kind of show that settles into the trending row and refuses to leave, like an emotional support sitcom. Disney Plus brings back The Muppet Show. Kermit and the gang return with a modern twist on their classic variety format. Nostalgia meets new comedy bits, all while keeping the Muppets' chaotic charm intact. We Call It Imagineering is a behind-the-scenes look at Walt Disney Imagineering, following the creative process behind new attractions and experiences. It's innovation, storytelling, and a lot of people saying, what if we built something absolutely insane? PBS has The Puzzle Lady. Crossword expert Cora Felton and her niece Sherry help DCI Derek Hooper solve murder cases in this British mystery based on Parnell Hall's novels. Originally aired as Murder Most Puzzling, it's cozy crime with a crossword twist. After losing his wife, a 15th century prince denounces God and accidentally signs up for the worst immortality package imaginable. Cursed to wander the centuries as Dracula, he clings to one hope, finding the love he lost. It's gothic, tragic, and very much for those in love. A groom abandoned in Rome after a wedding disaster finds his ruined honeymoon transformed by a determined local and a few meddling travelers in Solo Mio. It's heartbreak, healing, and the kind of trip that makes you forget you were crying in a hotel lobby 24 hours ago. The Strangers Chapter 3 is the most brutal chapter yet. Maya faces off against the masked killers and learns the only way out of the nightmare is straight through it. It's tense, violent, and absolutely not for anyone who jumps at loud noises. In Whistle, a group of high school misfits finds an ancient Aztec death whistle that summons their future deaths to hunt them down. It's cursed objects, teen panic, and the kind of horror that makes you rethink touching anything in a museum. A deadly fungus escapes from a secret lab in cold storage, forcing a former bioterrorism agent and 2 young employees to stop an invisible threat. It's science, suspense, and a reminder that maybe we don't need secret labs anymore. Crime 101 brings us a master thief planning one last heist who crosses paths with a disillusioned insurance broker while a relentless detective closes in. It's cat and mouse, high stakes, and the kind of crime story where everyone thinks they're the smartest person in the room. A small goat with big dreams gets the chance to join the pros in Roarball, a full-contact sport dominated by the fiercest animals. It's adorable, chaotic, and destined to make at least one kid ask for a pet goat. In Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, a man from the future shows up at a Los Angeles diner and recruits a group of disgruntled strangers to help him stop a threat to the planet. It's time travel, diner coffee, and a world-saving mission no one asked for. Wuthering Heights is a passionate, destructive love story set on the Yorkshire moors, exploring the intense bond between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw. It's sweeping, dramatic, and full of people who desperately need therapy. Disowned by his wealthy family, a blue-collar man decides to reclaim his inheritance and how to make a killing, even if it means eliminating the relatives standing in his way. It's dark, twisted, and very Succession, but with actual murder. In I Can Only Imagine 2, Bart Millard faces a personal and spiritual crisis at the height of his success. As his world unravels, he confronts his beliefs, his past, and the pressure of being the man behind a massive hit song. A police officer hunts a murderer after her husband, a highway patrolman, becomes one of the victims in Psycho Killer. It's tense, personal, and fueled by a need for justice. In Pelion, a directionless man is swept into a dangerous, intoxicating relationship when an impossibly handsome biker takes him on as his submissive. It's erotic, emotional, and full of red flags waving in the wind. Scream 7 has a new Ghostface emerging in the town where Sidney Prescott rebuilt her life, and this time, her daughter is the target. It's legacy, trauma, and the reminder that Sidney can't catch a break. Baz Luhrmann's epic Elvis Presley in Concert is restored Vegas footage and rare archives, bringing Elvis's iconic residency back to life. Narrated in his own words, it's flashy, emotional, and pure Luhrmann spectacle. The Napa Boys is a comedy adventure about a small ensemble of chaotic characters on a wild journey through wine country. Expect laughs, mishaps, and at least one person who takes a tasting flight way too seriously. Michel Franco's Dreams is a romantic drama starring Jessica Chastain, exploring love, longing, and the emotional fallout of choices that can't be undone. Matter of Time is a PG-13 sci-fi film from Jeremy Sneed, blending mystery and futuristic stakes, a genre pick for viewers who like their science fiction thoughtful but accessible. And 2 trailers that I'm looking forward to seeing the movies for are Mimics and Midwinter Break. In Mimics, a struggling impressionist makes a pact with a sinister puppet named Fergus, who promises fame, with strings attached. As Sam's career rises, so does the danger to everyone around him. It's creepy, clever, and perfect for anyone who's already finding puppets unsettling. And lastly, Midwinter Break shows us a longtime couple taking a life-changing trip to Amsterdam, confronting the past, the future, and the quiet truths of a marriage that's weathered everything except honesty. This has been Real Late News for February 2026. See you in March.